Right, I'm going to start making these, see if anyone appears and says hello. So these are the Cawdor Ridge Walkers for Necromunda. They came out yesterday. I received them in the post. So let's have a quick look and see what they're like. So we've got 4 bases. There's 4 of them in the box. So let's have a look. Okay. So quite a nice little kit, this one. I've already had a look through the instructions. So, right, I'm going to start making one of these. Right then. So my plan with these is I'm going to make the Ridge Walkers, but I'm not going to make the Riders at the moment because I haven't decided exactly how I want to kit them out. 15 or 16. I'll leave that foot for now. That's going to need 13 and make the body right. Right, I'll leave those bits for now. Let's tidy these up. Well, this is nice and easy with no one here. I can just not worry about keeping an eye on the screen. So I really like this kit. I'm talking to myself, but hey, you might watch this later. Yeah, no, it's a really nice kit. I like the idea of the Cawdor gangs having these strange ramshackled walkers. So I tend to, when I'm doing cleaning up, get as few of the mould lines off, but they don't bother me too much. And with new kits, you don't get tons and tons of them, but then once I've stuck it together, I'll probably go over it again and find any of them to take off. Right, do we go for foot 15 or 16? Let's have a look at them. So it's the option of that one or that squarer one. I'm going to go for that one. Right, so I've got the main parts for this. Let's glue the body together first. Okay. Helps if the glue comes out. Clean that nozzle. And try that again. Right, let's hold that for a bit. Well, someone appeared and disappeared quite quickly then. Let's get piece number 4. Looks like how it's going to go. Let's make sure I line that up. Put a little bit of glue down there as well. Okay, while that's going off, let's stick the foot on here. Okay, let's have a look. Let's And there's someone else in the room. Thanks for coming and having a watch. Right, let's stick that in. So there's the first one stuck together. Let's get this onto a base. Right. Let's just stick that there. Nope. Okay. Let's have a look at this. Right, that definitely needs more glue. If it comes off again, I'm going to consider pinning it, but let's let the plastic glue go on and set. And then there were two. Thanks for coming and joining while I'm building these. It's the first time I've done any live streaming, so apologies if I don't say too much or I don't notice if anyone puts anything in the chat. Right, there we go. So there's the first ridge walker put together. Let's twist that a little bit. There we go. Okay. Let's have a look at the second one. Okay, so let's get the body of this off first. Okay, so leg-wise, we are looking for 12 and 9, but they're the last two legs on there, so that's nice and easy. Right, the choice of foot 10 or foot 11. Let's see if I can find it. There we go, there's 10. I'm going to use that one. Right, let's do a little bit of mould line cleaning. Right, one leg. So my plan with these, once I've put these two together as per the instructions, I'm going to see how the legs fit on the different bodies. So not necessarily having the same poses on them. Yeah, I'm good, thank you. This is the first time I've done a live stream, so I'm not too sure what to expect. I'm not too sure exactly what I'm going to say or do. At the moment, I'm just making these ridge walkers, and I'm going to see where it goes. Right, let's get this body together. My favourite gang in Necromunda. Oh, I have many favourite gangs. I started playing Necromunda back in the 90s with the first edition was released. Currently, I think my favourites. Oh, it's a tricky one. I do like Vansars, but I have enjoyed building my Orlocks. I do try and have a gang for each of the houses. I kind of, at the moment, I'm building and painting more than I am playing. But yeah, I've got quite a few different bits and pieces. When I've made this, remind me, and I'll move the camera over to the cabinet so we can have a look at a few of the things I've got painted up in there. So what gangs do you like? Yeah, Ogrins are good. I've got an Ogrin gang painted up. I'll show you those. I think, yeah, Cawdor and Redemptionists, they're one of those gangs that I don't think about too often, but when these new Ridge Walkers were released, I kind of thought, yeah, no, I'm going to need to start and finish the gangs that I've got. Right, let's... Now, I have some of the old Forge World Ogrins, the Renegade ones, that I've been thinking about sorting out as a chaotic kind of gang and see how that goes. Now, I've got to find them at the moment. They're in one of my boxes upstairs. But yeah, that's I like the idea of ogrins that are not run-of-the-mill. Yeah, you can't beat flamers. It's the one thing I thought, because I'm getting these, I want to do an Ash Wastes Cawdor gang. But it's that one thing I've thought of. In the Ash Wastes, flamers might not be the best option, so it might have to be something else for them, just because with, I don't know, in my head I think the wind and that kind of stuff won't necessarily work well for them, and the aesthetic might not look as good. But yeah, you can't beat Nurgle. At the moment, just on my desk here, I've got my Great Unclean one with my sculpted head on the belly. That's not in focus. There we go. So that's one of my current projects that I'm working on. Right, it's going to take a bit of time to glue. Let me get some blue tack just to position that where I want it to be. Right, so I've noticed while I've been putting these together, I haven't put the controls on. So on the instructions, there's the little controls just there. I'm not sure if the number's the same on both. No, it's 7 on one and 3 on the other. So let me just grab those ones. There's 7. Oh, the Redeemer comic is, I do love the Redeemer. I remember getting it in Warhammer Monthly years ago now, and then I picked up the graphic novel a few years ago. Yeah, Iron Jaws would be a good one to make an Ogren out of. It's the right kind of size. I think, yeah, on one of my Ogrens I've actually used an Iron Jaw arm. Very true. Although I'd quite like to have a little bit of control. Although looking at these controls, they don't look like anything more than just little speedometers. So I don't think they're really going to help too much with that. Right, there's that one. That's number 3. Right, let's see if, let's take that blue tack off. There we go. Okay. Yeah, no, that's very true. If you've got enough belief in Warhammer 40,000, you can pretty much do anything. And yeah, they are the orcs of the Imperium. Okay. So there are the 2 straight out of the box. They're a nice little set, actually, these ones. Now, there is an option of a cowling, which I'll put on one of them. I'll have a look at what it looks like on each of them. Right, let's... Yeah, that's something I've always often thought about with the Redemptionists, because if you put them in, say, the ranks of the Imperial Guard, the Astra Militarum, they would just be fanatical, kind of almost commissar-like people telling people which direction to go and that kind of thing. But the minute it's not in a military force and it's just the independent guys, they're kind of immediately looked at in that kind of outlaw way. Right, let's have a look at that. Oh, I'm going to put that on there. I like that. So it's interesting to note that cowling only fits on this body, because on this body there's that little undercarriage just there, that little sled. So what I'll probably do with the other one is not put that sled on and put this cowling on it. But for now, I'm going to put this cowling on this one. Yeah, I suppose whoever's in charge on that day decides what's a heretic and what's not a heretic. Also, it depends on maybe which chapter of Space Marines is about to enforce the ideology of the Imperium. Okay, so there we go. There's those two. Now, looking at them, now I think actually I might have put that leg on wrong. Let's take that off while the glue's still setting. Yeah, that's more like, yeah, okay. So it's why I like when I started this hobby, it was metal, plastic, used a lot of super glue. And when you put something together with the super glue, it's a bit of a nightmare. But with these ones, if it goes wrong, you can take it apart and put it. That's more like it. That's stepping forward. That's better. I suppose with these legs as well, if you cut off the pin, you can move them to pretty much wherever you want them, which is probably what I'll do on the next two that I do. I think Black Templars would love Redemptionists. I mean, with the new Warhammer 40,000 coming out, I keep thinking about what army to do. And I do like the Black Templar sets with the neophytes, but to have maybe an Imperial Guard regiment with Redemptionist models in would kind of work well with them. Right, so there's those two put together. So let's think, what should I do now? Let me take you over to the cabinet so you can see some of my painted up Necromunda. Right, hopefully this will work. So here we have, let's start at the top here. So there is some of my Vansars and my Orlocks. And there's my Corpse Grinders. There's some Gene Stealers at the back. Small Vansars. Yeah, that little piece of terrain was a 3D printed doll's head that I had the idea to make it into a terrain piece. What I'll do, I'll grab that out in a second so you can have a look at it. Well, there's the Ogrins at the back, some Delac, a few other bits and pieces. There's a few more things down there. Let me grab out, I'm trying to hold the camera as well. Let me get that little head. Let's go back to the table. Right, let me see if I've missed anything on the chat. Yeah, I did enjoy doing the corpse grinders. I deliberately did conversion on their leader, which he's a little bit bigger than the others. So this is my strange little bit of terrain. I can actually slide the head off. So underneath, little bit of, I can't remember which kit this came from. It was one of the industrial sets. And then the head itself, with a few of the pipes, bits and pieces. And then that just slides on. I was thinking about putting some legs on this, so make it into a moving terrain piece. Yeah, it was quite a fun little project, that one. I tend to, when I'm doing the projects, kind of just come up with an idea and run with it for a bit to see exactly where it goes. So it happens with a few of my different conversions that I do. Yeah, there's that one. So I'm just thinking what else to show you while I'm here. So currently another one of my projects that I'm working on, let's just move this out of the way, is this is Tiberus the Red Wake. I've scaled up the Forge World version. I've used the Abaddon model as a base for this, but then Forge World head and the arms on this one. So this is actually going to be my new 40k army when the new edition comes out. So I'm going to do the Cawdors, the Space Sharks. I've managed to pick up some transfers for those as well. So I'll do a few videos and then of those as I do it. But yeah, there's that one. Well, I'm going to have to call this one. It's my first live stream, so a little bit of the making on these Ridge Walkers, a little bit of a show and tell as well. But yeah, I hope to do more of these. Please have a look at my other videos. If you've got any ideas for videos you'd like to see, or if you want me to do some more live streams, drop comments in the videos or whatever. But for now, just want to say thank you for turning up and watching. I wasn't expecting anyone to appear, but a few people have, so thank you very much. And yeah, I'll see you on the next video. Cheers, thank you.